हाँ जी बच्चों, तो वेरी वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। ठीक है, ऐसे मौके कम ही आते हैं कि हम लोग गुड इवनिंग कहें, लेकिन ठीक है। So today onwards, we are actually gonna begin our journey, and this journey will be first of all towards FMAA, and then gradually we will be moving on to the CMA program. Okay. So if I tell you the plan, then the plan it will be something. मैंने पिछले lecture में already I have shared that with you, but still, if I tell you, then initially what we are doing is we are gonna begin with FMAA, right? We will have this qualification in a few months in our hands. We will have this qualification, right? So right now we are beginning. This is the very first month, 2 month, second month, third month. By the end of third month, we will try our level best to complete the course within 3 months. And in the very fourth month, you will be in a position to give your examination. Okay. So once you give your examination, FMAA is done. You will get the qualification immediately, right? Results are displayed immediately. So you will get the qualification. So 4 months from now, you will be a qualified FMAA. Okay. Immediately after that, we will target CMA. Okay. But after completion of FMAA, we will have a discussion. We will have a joint discussion, a common discussion, where we will again decide about which part we want to give first. We have two parts, part 1 and part 2. The contents of each part is different, and we will just discuss that which part we are more comfortable with. Okay. Now, if I tell you about CMA, then let me tell you that part 2, if I say, is comparatively a bit, less time consuming. Means you will be able to complete part 2 a bit faster compared to part 1. So part 1 is a bit voluminous, that's it. Okay, but the point is that part 2 is more about the logical applications and all. Okay, so that kind of applications you will find more in part 2. Part 1 comparatively will have more of accounting, more of the basic planning, budgeting and everything. So some people like part 1 and some people like part 2, as the case may be. So what we'll do is we will discuss, and accordingly we will start with one of these parts. We will give that examination, we will clear that examination, and after that we will come to the next part and we will complete it. So in a span of 1.5 years max 1.5 years I'm saying, we will target to complete all of these in 1 year. But okay, Phil, still just being a bit conservative, we can complete all of these in 1.5 years. All right. So that is the plan. And with that plan, let's now begin with FMAA. So when I'm starting with FMAA, we have 5 different sections. We have already discussed what are these sections, right? Now I want to discuss with all of you. Now all of you, please participate in this discussion and tell me one thing. Okay. Now, if I start with section A is about general accounting. Now, you are facing my handwriting for the very first time, right? So, आप लोगों को थोड़ा झटका जरूर लग रहा होगा right now, but gradually you will get quite used to it. Okay. I hope it's readable. समझ में आ रहा है सब लोगों को? चलो, that's great. That's great. हाँ जी, तो जनरल अकाउंटिंग एंड जनरल, और वी कैन से बेसिक्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट इज कवर्ड इन सेक्शन ए. ओके, section B is something that we cannot proceed on to, we cannot move on to that unless and until we complete section A. So before going to section B, we have to complete section A. But yes, definitely there is one section that we can start with, and that is the planning and budgeting. Okay, here we will learn how to make different types of budgets. Now, I won't say that this is a very super easy topic, but yes, this is a bit logical and you can easily get it. It's not very difficult, it's very easy. But anyways, it's always recommended that we should begin with general accounting. But the point is that right now, many different candidates will be sitting in front of me. Some of you are having the accounting background and some of you are not having any accounting background. Okay. Now, some of you who are having an accounting background, quite possible that it's been long that you have learned about the basics of accounting. Now, if suppose I ask you something about, say, trial balance, then we are just a minute. I know it. Just give me some time. Okay, something like that. We are quite forgetting the things, right? So this is quite possible. Even this is possible that we are into professional course now, right? This is not a basic course. We are learning a professional course, though it's general or basic accounting, but it's ultimately a professional course. And our examination, the beauty of our exam is that the questions that will be tested in the examination, that will be kind of logical. Okay? द क्वेश्चंस जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे वो काफी हद तक लॉजिकल क्वेश्चंस होंगे. ऐसा नहीं कि यार सीधे सीधे क्वेश्चंस हमें पूछ लिया जाए, ये रहा तो क्या, वो रहा तो क्या. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जनरल अकाउंटिंग अगर मैं कहूं तो बहुत सारे इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स के दिमाग में यही आता है, सर वही पूछेंगे ना, डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर, वही होगा ना, है ना. तो हम लोग ऐसा ही कुछ सोचते हैं. तो भाई यहां इतने इजी लेवल के भी क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएंगे, थोड़े से तो ऊपर के लेवल के होंगे डेफिनेटली, है ना. तो वो जो जनरल अकाउंटिंग है, इससे हम लोग शुरुआत हमारे जर्नी की कर सकते हैं, जिसमें हम लोग मेनली स्ट्रेस करेंगे ऑन यूएस गैप. ठीक है, यूएस गैप बेस्ड कैसे अकाउंटिंग की जाती है, जो कि काफी हद तक सिमिलर है विद व्हाट वी हैव लर्न इन इंडिया. इंडियन अकाउंटिंग सेम, ठीक है, बट यस कुछ कुछ जगह पे कुछ कुछ चीजें अलग जरूर है. ठीक है, सो अगर आप लोग सब लोग सजेस्ट करोगे, देन इन दैट केस वी कैन स्टार्ट विद दिस. Or alternatively, we can also start with this, which is something new for all of you, almost all of you. Okay? So what do you prefer? क्या हम लोग जनरल अकाउंटिंग से ही शुरू करें कि हम लोग प्लानिंग एंड बजटिंग से शुरू करें? क्या कहना है आप सबका? How many of you, चले by raise of hands हम लोग डिसाइड कर लेते हैं. How many of you prefer general accounting first, sir? पहले जनरल अकाउंटिंग ही बता दो सर. Okay. And how many of you are preferring planning and budgeting something new? ओके, कुछ नया नहीं देखना है सर, हमें जनरल अकाउंटिंग से शुरू करना है. ओके, दैट्स ग्रेट, वेरी गुड. चलिए, तो फिर हम लोग शुरू करते हैं. इसमें सिर्फ एक ही बात बता दूं कि जितने भी कॉमर्स के यहाँ पे भक्तजन है, यहाँ पे ऑल द कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स, ओके, हु हैव ऑलरेडी लर्नड, ओके, जस्ट कीप अ पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड दैट यस वी आर गोना लर्न समथिंग न्यू. ओके, अदरवाइज अगर कोई एक पार्ट, इफ सपोज यू स्किप इट, then in that case it might be problematic in the next topic that we are going to learn. Okay, so just be attentive, learn it properly. Okay, let's go there. So before I start with general accounting, let me first of all introduce, or rather discuss, what we usually do in accounting. Means be it India, be it US, be it any other place, what exactly is accounting? Let's learn about that first. Okay, so for that what I've done is I've made a basic accounting notes for you, a very very basic accounting notes. Some contents of this will be tested in the examination, but not all. Okay, this is for general background knowledge. All right, so I'm calling this as episode 1, introduction to accounting. Okay, chalo, let's go for it then. So first of all, if suppose you want to know about any particular organization, okay, don't worry about these notes. These notes will be shared with you. Okay, the PDF of this notes will be shared with you. You can browse through these notes anytime. But right now, I don't want you guys to write down anything. I just want you to focus. Okay, so understand this very carefully and very attentively. So suppose if I want to know about any particular organization, like say for example, see, if I want to know about you, okay, या आप मेरे बारे में जानना चाहते हो, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? हम लोग सबसे पहले गूगल या कहीं ना कहीं जाके अपने बारे में सर्च करते हैं, और वो सर्च करने पे आता है हमारे बारे में कोई ना कोई एक रेफरेंस, विच माइट बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ आवर फेसबुक अकाउंट, आवर लिंक्डइन अकाउंट, आवर इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट. ऐसे ही कोई ना कोई एक अकाउंट से हमारा सामना होता है. कैन आई से सो? है ना? अब ये जो अकाउंट है, ये अकाउंट हमारे बारे में कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन बता रहा है. कैन आई से सो? Like say for example, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, then you will get to know about me. That what is my experience, what is my work profile, then what qualifications do I have. These are the details that will be given in the LinkedIn account. Similarly, if I go to anyone's Instagram account, I will get to know the choices, like what are the preferences. Maybe वहाँ पे मुझे उसका नाम, birthday, ये सब चीजें पता चल जाए. But at the same time, by looking at the kind of images that were uploaded, I will get to know about that person, right? So समझने की कोशिश करो. Account helps us in knowing about someone, right? So exactly in the same way, if suppose there is a business, any particular business, and I want to know about it. Okay? Then in that case, सबसे पहले मेरा जिस चीज से सामना होता है वो है उस बिजनेस के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. क्या कहा मैंने? उस बिजनेस के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. ओके? अब ये फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स जो होता है वो कैसे नजर आता है? तो देखिए सर, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में हमारे सामने आएंगे ये 5 चीजें. नंबर 1 बैलेंस शीट, नंबर 2 स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इनकम या शॉर्ट में जिसे हम लोग कह सकते हैं इनकम स्टेटमेंट, नंबर 3 स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कैश फ्लोज, नंबर 4 स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन स्टॉक होल्डर्स इक्विटी, एंड नंबर 5 notes to financial statements, right? So these are the 5 things that we will look at first. Okay? अब अगर मैं बैलेंस शीट देखूं, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव देखूं, यहां पे n number of details will be written there, so many different facts. Now the point is that ये facts को read करना is a separate thing, लेकिन ये facts तक पहुंचना is a separate thing. So what you are doing right now is ये financial statements के पहले का स्टेज है ना, इसके पहले का स्टेज आपको देखना है अभी, जिसमें यू विल गेट टू नो दैट हाउ दिस फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स वर मेड. लेकिन यहां पे हमारा जर्नी एंड नहीं होगा, हमारा जर्नी इसके बाद भी कंटिन्यू होगा. इसके बाद भी कंटिन्यू होगा मतलब ये फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स का इंटरप्रिटेशन, इस फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को यूज करके हाउ वी विल फोरकास्ट, हाउ वी विल यूटिलाइज एंड टेक डिफरेंट बिजनेस डिसीजंस, जिसकी मदद से मैं बिजनेस को ग्रो कर पाऊं. ये सब चीजें यहां से हमारे सिलेबस में कवर होने वाले हैं. Okay, so right now we are looking at how these financial statements are made, right? This is where the accounting records come into picture. Okay, चलिए तो अब अगर मैं accounting records में आऊं, so let's try to understand this. See, what I've written here is that these financial statements are like report card of a student. है ना, जैसे हम लोग जानते हैं, हम लोग पढ़ाई करते हैं तो हमारा एक रिपोर्ट कार्ड बनता है, करेक्ट ना. और ये रिपोर्ट कार्ड से जैसे हमारे बारे में पता चलता है, वैसे ही किसी बिजनेस के बारे में पता चलता है बाय लुकिंग एट देयर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. ठीक है, ओके. सो ये जो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स होते हैं ये क्या होता है? ये समरी होता है ऑफ द डिटेल्ड अकाउंटिंग. ओके, अब है तो समरी, अब मुझे सबसे पहले जानना है उस समरी के पहले डिटेल्ड अकाउंटिंग. सो लेट्स गो फॉर द डिटेल्ड अकाउंटिंग नाउ. So इसके लिए मैंने आपके सामने यहां पर एक एग्जांपल रखा है. What do you see here? Example is that suppose Mr. Henry, okay, इन्होंने बिजनेस शुरू किया है by investing his savings of $50,000. Okay, सेविंग्स करके रखे भाई साहब ने, बढ़िया $50,000 जमा हो गए and he started his own business. अब इन्होंने कुछ प्रोजेक्शंस किए. समझ लो बात को, बिजनेस आए हुए ही नहीं कि हम लोग ने शुरू कर दिया एंड लेट्स गो यार, जैसा लगेगा वैसा आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं. नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. You need to go ahead with some projections कि भाई मुझे बिजनेस में एग्जैक्टली कहां क्या क्या लगने वाले हैं, उतने पैसों का अरेंजमेंट करके मुझे प्रॉपर प्लानिंग के साथ आगे बढ़ना है, राइट. सो इन्होंने जो प्रोजेक्शंस किया है उसके मुताबिक इनको और $40,000 की जरूरत है, जो उन्होंने फाइनेंस करवा लिया फ्रॉम बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका. ठीक है, यहां से उन्होंने फाइनेंस करवा लिया का मतलब क्या हुआ? बैंक से इन्होंने लोन लिया. ठीक है, तो अब इनके पास इन टोटल हाउ मच मनी डज ही हैव? कैन आई से $50,000 plus $40,000. This is the money that he has with him. ठीक है, इसके साथ इन्होंने बिजनेस शुरू कर दिया. लेकिन बिजनेस शुरू कर दिया तो एकदम से इसके पास कस्टमर्स आने शुरू हो जाएंगे. You wish and I wish, काश ऐसा होता, लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है. पहले बहुत सारे मेहनत करने होते हैं. तो क्या क्या मेहनत करने हो रहे हैं? Let's try to understand. So सबसे पहले one of the most important things that we need today and that is computer. इन्होंने कंप्यूटर खरीदा for $2,500. Okay, इन्होंने फर्नीचर्स खरीदे $1,000 के. भाई टेबल चेयर कुछ तो लगेगा, वो खरीदा. फिर स्टेशनरी का सामान खरीदा $50 पे, है ना. उसके बाद उन्होंने गुड्स खरीदा फॉर सेल. नाउ आई एम राइटिंग हियर गुड्स, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट गुड्स एज एन इंग्लिश वर्ड, देन गुड्स इज समथिंग दैट इज हैविंग अ यू नो अ वेरी वाइडर मीनिंग. गुड्स में बहुत सारी चीजें आती है. एवरीथिंग इज गुड्स यार. एनीथिंग दैट वी कैन टच सी दैट इज गुड्स सिंपली, राइट. लेकिन जब मैं बिजनेस की दुनिया में गुड्स कह रहा हूं, गुड्स का मीनिंग थोड़ा सा बदल जाएगा. नाउ व्हेनेवर आई एम रेफरिंग टू गुड्स, आई एम रेफरिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग जिसका मैं बिजनेस सेटअप कर रहा हूं, जिसकी मेरी दुकान है. लाइक से फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम अ मेडिकल स्टोर ओनर, देन द मेडिसिन्स दैट आई एम बाइंग इज नॉट टू कंज्यूम देम. मैं वो मेडिसिन्स क्यों खरीद रहा हूं? बेचने के लिए खरीद रहा हूं, करेक्ट. Similarly, if suppose मेरा furnitures की दुकान है, in that case, if I'm making furnitures or I'm buying furnitures, I'm not buying them to use them, I'm buying them to sell them. तो ये जो चीज है जिसमें मैं डील कर रहा हूं, जिस चीज में मैं बिजनेस कर रहा हूं, दैट्स व्हाट इज माय गुड्स. ओके, तो सबसे पहले तो मैंने ये कहा कि मैंने यहां पे गुड्स खरीदा फॉर सेल. कितने रुपए के? $10,000. ओके, है पैसे तो खरीद लिए. अब इन्होंने एक शॉप लिया है ऑन रेंट, दुकान भी लगेगा, तो शॉप लिया है रेंट ऑन $2,000 पर मंथ, और कुछ स्टाफ हायर किए हैं जिनको ये मंथली सैलरी देने वाले हैं $3,000. ओके, तो ये सिचुएशन राइट नाउ हमारे सामने है. ओके, या अब उसके अलावा कुछ और भी कहा है. इन्होंने कुछ और परचेस किए गुड्स वर्थ ₹15,000 ऑन क्रेडिट फ्रॉम स्टार्क इंडस्ट्रीज. ओके, सो व्हाट डू यू मीन? देखो यहां ये हुआ है कि हम स्टार्क इंडस्ट्रीज के पास गए और हम लोगों ने क्रेडिट में यानी उधार में वी बॉट $15,000 रुपीस के गुड्स. ठीक है, यानी भाई मैंने अभी तक पैसे नहीं दिए, बट कैन आई से दैट आई हैव कमिटेड दैट आई विल बी मेकिंग द पेमेंट इन फ्यूचर, राइट? So Stark Industries might have given me some time period of say a month or two or something, जिसमें मुझे इनको ये $15,000 का रीपेमेंट करना है, राइट? आगे देखते हैं. हमने एक व्हीकल खरीदा है, ठीक है, मे बी वी आर ऑफरिंग फ्री होम डिलीवरी, तो मुझे व्हीकल तो चाहिए, तो व्हीकल खरीदा है फॉर $50,000, जिसके लिए मैंने फिलहाल डाउन पेमेंट किया हुआ है ओनली $5,000 एंड बैलेंस इज टू बी पेड इन EMI. ओके, अब आगे चल के इन्होंने 60% ऑफ द गुड्स बेच दिए हैं फॉर $10,000 इन कैश एंड ऑन क्रेडिट टू कस्टमर्स फॉर $14,000. तो यहां से मुझे एक बात तो ये क्लियर हो रहा है कि आई कुड सेल जस्ट 60%, यानी आई एम अनेबल टू सेल ऑल द गुड्स, राइट? आई एम अनेबल टू सेल 100% ऑफ द गुड्स, राइट? ओके, सो जो भी बेचा उसे कितने में बेचा सर? $10,000 फॉर कैश एंड क्रेडिट पे भी बेचा है $14,000. ओके, by the end of the year he pays $9,000 to Stark Industries and collects $8,000 from his customers. One of the customers defaults in payment of $120. Now Mr. Henry withdraws cash $1,000 every month for his personal use. So what do you see here? Can I say a story is given to you where what we are getting is a lot of financial informations, correct? Now, just try to understand one thing. Do you believe that whenever you go to the practical world and if you suppose look at the accounting records of any particular businessman, then do you think that the transactions or the informations will be limited to only this much? Now, the kind of information that you're looking at here is, I guess, max to max, you are looking at around 15 to 20 informations. So, do you believe that only 15 to 20 informations will be there practically? Absolutely not, correct? So, can I say there will be hundreds or maybe even thousands or maybe even more informations, right? So, all these informations, our mind, we have, limited usage, means limited storage. The storage capacity of our mind is in KBs, right? Now we know about the storage capacity, right? We know that our phone, like say for example, whatever phone you are using, it should have at least 6 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM. Our minds don't have even that much, right? So we tend to forget. And especially if it's about numbers, then very few people are able to remember. Otherwise, we very easily and very quickly forget the numbers, right? Now, if I ask you exactly that by turning this page, that what were the amounts exactly, then maybe one or two of you will be able to remember some figures, but it's very difficult that all of you will be able to remember all the figures that I just told you about. That's the capacity of our mind, right? So that is the need, that is the necessity that we need to record them properly, right? This is where accounting comes into picture, okay, initially. So first of all, we have a lot of monetary informations in front of us. Now all these monetary informations, when the time passes and as we move on with the business, the owner of the business and any other stakeholder will have a lot of questions in their minds. And what are these questions? See here, by the end of the year, Mr. Henry has these following questions. What are the questions he's asking? He's asking about a cash balance. He wants to know about a profit that he made. Even if he's making any profit, is he making any profit or not? He is confused about that. Then what about the unsold inventory? It is given that only 60% was sold. What about the unsold part? 40%. Okay. What about the computer? What about the furniture? What about the vehicle? Similarly, how much does he owe to anyone? And also, is any amount still receivable or collectible from any person? Similarly, any tax to be paid? Anything to be paid to Uncle Sam? Right? Then, did he comply with all the legal requirements? All these confusions will be coming in the mind of the owner. Right? So, to answer these questions, first of all, do you understand here? Do you feel the necessity of records? If we don't record them properly, we will forget. Right? So, the first basic need of accounting is to keep a record of all the financial informations. That is a basic need. But that is not all. There is much more in accounting. But that is the first step. The first step is that we should keep a basic record of all the financial, monetary information so that we don't forget about the things. Okay, we start with this. Okay, now to answer Mr. Henry, what will happen is for cash balance, we need to look at the cash inflows as well as the cash outflows. What were the cash inflows? What were the cash outflows? And hence, what is the cash balance? We need to know that. Similarly, for profits, we need to look at all the incomes. We need to look at all the expenses. Profit is nothing but the comparison of income and the expenses, but a proper comparison of income and expense, not a plain comparison, right? Okay. Then the inventory, computer, etc. We need to look at the additions as well as the deductions, and hence what is the balance of these accounts. Similarly, for his liabilities, we need to look at the obligations. What exactly were the obligations and how much repayments did we make? Similarly, also we need to look at the legal requirements, if any. All these details are to be known by a professional, an accounting professional, right? Yes. So for this, we have our own code language. Let me highlight this. We have our own code language. And what is this code language? This code language in accounting is in T format, and we have two sides of this T format. One is called as the debit side, the other one is called as the credit side. So this T format and this debit and credit side, let's now try to crack it. Let's now try to decode the code language. Okay. Now look at this. This is basically an account. Okay. I made an XYZ account. The left hand side is called as the debit side. The right hand side is called as the credit side. When you write any amount here, suppose I write say $100 here. Okay. What do you mean by that? It means that any amount if written here means XYZ account has been debited by $100. Similarly, if I write any amount here, then this means XYZ account has been credited by $100. Okay. Now, it is not simply, okay, sir ne yahan likhne bola, maine likh diya, sir ne wahan likhne bola, maine likh diya. That is what clerks can do, but we are going beyond that, right? So what we are doing is we are learning that what exactly will be the meaning of this amount that is written on the debit side and the amount that is written on the credit side. This exactly is the code language. Okay. Now to make it simple for you, let me give you one example with the help of which you will be able to understand it quite easily. So suppose I tell you that this is my cash account. Now I made two sides of this cash account. Okay. So this side is basically the debit side. So I will define this side. This side is suppose telling me about all the inflows of cash. Similarly, this side is the credit side. I'm defining it as the opposite of that, that is the outflows of cash. So now if I suppose write $100 here, what is the information that I'm getting? That there is an inflow of $100. Can I say so? Similarly, if I continue writing here 60, 50, 40, what do you mean by that? That further there were some more inflows of cash, right? Now, if I give you some more details, like say for example, here I write on the 1st of this month, on the 3rd of this month, on the 7th of this month, on the 10th of this month. Now, what is the additional information that you're getting here? Now, you know that $100 I received that on 1st, $60 I received that on 3rd. So try to understand, it is not something that you are simply writing. It is actually a language. It is a code language which tells me about the money, about the financial position or the financial information of any particular organization. So similarly, if suppose I write here on second, $75. What do you mean by that? This means that on second, I made a payment. There was an outflow of cash of $75. Getting me? So one by one, I'm just writing them. Now, if suppose I say that $100 was received on first, then there must have been some source of it, right? I mean, I received $100, that's fine. That's one information. But don't you think that this is incomplete? Means I only know that, okay, I received $100. But why did I receive? From where did I receive this? I don't know that, right? So I have this blank space here. So if I write the reason towards collection of this money, then in that case, the reason gets completed now. Okay. Now suppose if I tell you here, sales. If I tell you sales. So what is the information that you're getting? On first, we made some sales for which we could collect $100. I hope you're getting this. If I write here, stationery. What do you get here? That on second, we made a payment of $75. For what? Because we purchased some stationery material. Okay. You're getting this? Now, is it only about cash that I want to know? No, I want to know about all the other informations as well. So I will be maintaining multiple such T format accounts. In all these accounts, I will be debiting as well as I will be crediting. And this debits and credits will be telling me the meaning, the information, what exactly is happening in the business. So I hope all of you are okay till here. I hope all of you are comfortable. This is the very first lecture of our class. So it's very important that you guys become comfortable. So I hope all of you are comfortable till here. Any doubts? Anyone? No doubts till now? Okay, all of you are comfortable with the kind of English that I'm using. मैं ज़्यादा English में बात कर रहा हूँ, हिंदी में बीच-बीच में थोड़ा-थोड़ा बात कर रहा हूँ. Are you all comfortable कि हिंदी का content थोड़ा और बढ़ाना है? अंग्रेजों का कोर्स कर रहे हैं तो अंग्रेजी तो थोड़ा ज्यादा आएगा. इतना हैंडल कर पा रहे हो सब लोग? ओके, चलो, दैट्स ग्रेट, वेरी गुड. बढ़ते आगे, ठीक है. सो जैसा कि मैंने आपको अभी अभी कहा दैट वी हैव डेबिट साइड एंड क्रेडिट साइड एंड दैट्स हैविंग सम कोड मीनिंग, राइट? Now, what is this code meaning? This is something that we have to learn because not every account will have the same meaning on the debit and the same meaning on the credit. Okay, like say for example, I just told you about cash. Debit means inflow, credit means outflow. Does that mean that all the inflows, all the accounts will have a debit side means inflows and credit side mean outflows? No, it's not like that. It depends on the nature of the account. What exactly is the account? And accordingly, the meaning will differ. And that is where the rules of debit credit come into picture. So we will come to that. But before that, let me now also introduce you to something that is called as dual aspect. Okay. Now, what do you mean by dual aspect? Dual aspect is something where we are completing the information. Like say for example, when I just told you here that, okay, I know that $100 was received, but I wanted to know from where, from what source. So I wrote sales here. So can I say the second effect is in another account that is called as sales, right? So if I'm debiting cash, I'm crediting sales. You're getting this? If I'm debiting somewhere, I'm also crediting somewhere. Okay? This is what is called as dual aspect. Okay? A debit will always be succeeded by credit somewhere. If I debit one of the accounts, I will immediately credit another account. So whenever there is a transaction of say $100, then if 100 is debited somewhere, that 100 will also be credited somewhere. If I enter into a transaction of $75, so that $75 will be debited somewhere in one of the accounts, it will also be credited somewhere. Like here, if I credited $75 here by the name of stationery here, then this means that I must have made an account called as stationery and I must have debited that 75 here. So if I'm crediting, I must have debited the same amount somewhere. If I'm debiting this here, I must have credited that amount somewhere. So similarly, if you find a debit of $60 here, there has to be some particular account where you will find the credit of it. I hope you're getting this, right? So that's what is dual aspect. Okay, whenever we do accounting, we follow the dual aspect basis, and because of this dual aspect, the double entry system of accounting comes into picture. Okay, so we have two different systems. Okay, let me tell you about that also. We have two different systems of accounting. When we go for accounting, it can be incomplete. In accounting language, we are calling it as incomplete. Incomplete means it is basically the single entry. Single entry. Like say for example, if suppose I have a small shop, you come to my shop, okay, you buy something, and suppose you are unable to pay right now, okay, you don't have enough cash with you. So I gave you the product, whatever product I have, I gave you the product, okay, and you tell me that, okay, I don't have cash, okay. So what I do is I simply have a book with me, and here I write your name, okay. Well, okay, this much money is receivable from you. Okay, I recorded only this much, nothing more. Okay, because that is what is concerning me. That is what is concerning me, because I want to collect that. I still have to collect that money from you now. So till the point that you make the payment, I'm just keeping a record that, okay, this money is receivable from you. So I'm keeping a record only of this much, not more. Okay, I'm not keeping the complete information. This is what is single entry, where the record keeper will keep a track of only those informations that he is interested at. He won't be completing them. So he won't be completing the dual aspect. Okay. While the other thing is completed. What do you mean by complete? Complete means double entry. Double entry, where we will be adopting dual aspect, where we'll make sure that if there is something debited, there should be equal credit somewhere. Okay, so in such a way, we will be every time in a position to compare, to check whether we are correct or not by comparing the debit and credit. See, individually, if debits are equal to credit, then after 50, 60 or 100 transactions, the total of the debits should also be equal to the total of the credits, right? So that way we can have a check. You getting me? So this is what is double entry system. But to adopt the double entry system, can I say, you got to have some knowledge. Without having the knowledge, you won't be able to apply the double entry system. Okay, and this is what we are learning. So we will be beginning with the double entry system. We will be learning, we will be gaining that knowledge, with the help of which we will be able to maintain a complete record. All right. Yes. Now let me tell you one thing. We are in the age of AI. Okay, artificial intelligence, and we have n number of accounting softwares, right? All of us know that nowadays every single organization is using softwares. Now softwares, what happens is you just need to make one entry, that's it. Okay, the rest of the work is handled quite comfortably by the software. So the first question that might come in your mind is, oh, why am I learning this? If we have softwares, I will just learn about the entry, right? I'll just know about what is the entry. The rest of the work will be handled by the software. Why do I need to learn all these? Okay, so let me tell you one thing. You must have heard that very soon there is a threat that AI might replace humans. So if you feel like that okay, why do I need to learn all these? Then AI will easily replace you. Okay, you need to learn, you need to know the process, you need to know that how the softwares exactly work. Okay, then you will be having the complete information. Okay, chalo. So coming back, okay, it has started raining heavily here. Okay, so I hope that there is no power cut, but I'm just informing you because we don't know. Whenever we face such heavy rains, there might be a power cut. But still, I'm just informing you, if there is a power cut, then you guys will be lucky enough that today's class will be ending a bit early. Okay. Anyways, I hope that doesn't happen. Yes. So, he is Mr. Luca Pacioli. Mr. Luca Pacioli. Who is he? He is the papa of modern accounting. Okay, he is the father of modern accounting. Okay, let me ask all the commerce grads. Okay, all the commerce grads, can anyone tell me about who is known as mother of simplified accounting? Any idea? No? I'll write her name. Su Lin. Su Lin, mother of simplified accounting. Okay. Now I hope nobody answered me that mother of accounting will be Mrs. Patchouli, sir. If father is Mr. Luca Patchouli, mother will be Mrs. Patchouli. It's not like that. And Sulin and Mr. Patchouli, they are not married, please. Okay. We know that that's just a terminology. Okay. Fine. Let's go. Now let's enter into the accounting language. Okay. Okay. Just a minute, huh? So now we are coming to the accounting language. Okay. I'm saying accounting language. You have any objection? Accounting language. Like English is a language, Hindi is a language, Gujarati is a language, accounting is also a language, and it is the financial language of any business. Okay. Why this is a language? Just now, whatever I told you, I hope you are able to get that, right? With the help of that debit and credit, we are communicating with someone. So all of you just try to understand. I'm just giving you a brief idea about how the things happen. So there are n number of people who want to know about our business. N number of people. Now, what we're doing is, we cannot give them all the informations. I hope you're getting this. Whatever informations we have, these informations are our financial informations. So do you want to pass on each and every minute information to everyone? Think about it. There are some rivals sitting out there, our competitors. They also want to know some crucial financial information about our business. So are you willing to pass that information to them? Absolutely not, right? So we don't want to pass on all the information to them. Similarly, there are people sitting out there who are not even interested in knowing all the informations, right? Like say, for example, if I go to Bank of America and I ask them, okay, just lend me $40,000. Okay. So do you think that they will be expecting all the journal, ledger, this, that, all the informations? No, they don't want that information. They just want the information that is useful to them, right? They are basically interested at, okay, how much profits do you make? Will you be in a comfortable position to make all the repayments? They just want to know that much. That's it, right? So the users, these all are called as the users of the accounting information. So what we will be doing is, first of all, we for ourselves will be maintaining all the records. So we will be going for detailed accounting. So these details, how these details are maintained. So first of all, we maintain a record for all the source documents. Okay. We maintain details of all the source documents. What do you mean by these source documents? These are the documents of the source. What do you mean by the source? Maybe the bills, maybe some agreement, or similarly, we can say some vouchers. So we will be maintaining all these documents with us, which is nothing but the evidence of whatever information it is. Okay. So this will be the first thing that we will maintain. The record for source documents. A file will be maintained where we will be maintaining the bills and the vouchers and everything. Okay. Then using this, from these, we will be passing journal entries. Okay. Journal entries. So we will be maintaining a separate book, which will be a journal book. There can be one single book or there can be multiple subsidiary books. Listen to this very carefully. There can be one single book or there can be multiple subsidiary books. Okay, that's what we will maintain. Number 3, we will be maintaining ledger. Okay, so all these are called as bookkeeping. This is called as bookkeeping. So first of all, we will maintain all these records. Okay, based on these records, now we will first of all maintain all these. This is details. Okay, now from these details, when the year ends, we will summarize them. We will summarize them. And the summary is first of all in the form of trial balance, something called as trial balance. What is trial balance? Here we will just check about the equality of debit and credit. That's it. Okay. Then afterwards, we will make the financial statements. This financial statement is something that will be circulated amongst everyone. Okay. So this is the accounting process that we are learning. We will be learning about, okay, what is the role of the voucher files, how to pass journal entries, how to pass it in a single book, how to pass in a subsidiary book, multiple book. Then how to make the ledger, how do we make the trial balance, and how do we make the financial statements. That is the first part, that is general accounting. Okay? Sure. Coming back. So, if we go to the definition of accounting, what is the definition of accounting? First of all, you need to remember this because sometimes a multiple choice question can even be tested on this part. Okay, so let's see what it is. As per AICPA, what is the full form? American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA. Okay, it's like ICAI in India, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, as we have in India. Similarly, the CA in India are called as CPA in US. So their institute is called as American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Okay, so how they define accounting? Accounting is the art. First of all, accounting is an art. Okay, let's try to understand this importance. Okay, we are just not learning this definition. We are understanding this definition. So let's understand this. Like art. Suppose we have some Arijit Singh song. Suppose. Okay. Now, if I ask each one of you to sing that song, then can I say that each one will be not copying it exactly in the same manner? You will have your own style of singing the song. Can I say so? Or suppose if I talk about any dance step, any signature step, the toba, 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 toba step, right? That step. So if I ask you guys, okay, just dance, okay, just have to do that particular step, then maybe everyone will be having their own unique style. So try to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that art is something where everyone will have their own style, right? So same way in accounting also you will find n number of such areas where it need not be restricted to only one particular thing. There can be multiple ways of presenting it. Okay. So accounting first of all is an art. Okay. Of what? Of number one, recording. We will first of all record what is the information. Then classifying, this is something that we will be doing in the ledger, and then summarizing. Finally, we will summarize what in a significant manner and in terms of money. We are interested only in money. What? The informations. We are calling it here as transactions and events. Information, financial informations, which are in part at least of financial character and interpreting the results thereof. Okay, I hope you are understanding this definition first of all. Okay, yes, great. One more definition. This is given by American Accounting Association. Okay, what this definition is? Accounting is the process of first of all identifying the information, measuring the information, measuring monetary terms, and communicating, passing it on to permit informed judgments and decisions by users of the information. They want to take some judgments. They want to use the information. So we are gathering them. We are identifying the information. We are measuring them in monetary terms. And then we are communicating the informations, the financial informations to all the users. That's what is accounting. Okay. Now, if I break this journey into steps, then the first step is to identify the entity. Okay. Now, let's try to understand this. What do you mean by that? See, suppose if I say that Mr. A and Mr. B, there are two persons. Mr. A pays, suppose, $500 to Mr. B. Mr. A is paying. Look at the arrow mark. He is making a payment to Mr. B. Okay. Now, if I look at this transaction from the point of view of Mr. A, this is a transaction of payment made. But if I look at it from the point of view of B, then I will say that this is a transaction of receipt. Can I say so? So the first thing is we need to be sure that from whose point of view we will be thinking. Are we thinking from the point of view of Mr. A or are we thinking from the point of view of Mr. B? We should be clear about that first. Okay. So that is what is identification of the entity. Okay. Now the entity can be a simply individual person. If individual person does a business as a sole person, we call it as a sole proprietorship concern. Okay. Now the business can also be done in the form of a company, which is most popular. We can also create a partnership firm, a limited liability partnership, or similar various organizations can be made. Okay. So we need to be sure that from whose point of view we are thinking. Okay. That is the first step. Identify the entity. Okay. Step 2. We need to gather the informations. Okay. Gather which informations? The financial informations. Okay. Now try to understand, we are interested only in monetary information, not all the information, right? So suppose if I say कि कंपनी के मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर को उसके पर्सनल सेक्रेटरी से प्यार हो गया, so इससे मुझे कोई लेना देना नहीं है, right? मुझे कोई लेना देना क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि this is not a monetary transaction for me. I cannot say that secretary in, MD out. ऐसा कोई रूल मैं यहां पर नहीं लगा सकता, राइट? दिस इज नॉट अ मॉनेटरी ट्रांजैक्शन फॉर मी. ओके, चलो आपके पर्सनल लेवल में भी अगर कुछ कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन जरा हम लोग सोच के देखें एक बार. सो यहां पे जैसे गर्ल्स लव शॉपिंग, करेक्ट? एक्सेप्शंस कैन ऑलवेज बी देयर. बॉयज में से भी कुछ लोग हो सकते हैं जिनको शॉपिंग बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, ठीक है? लेकिन जितना मेरा एनालिसिस है, बॉयज लव ईटिंग, खाना पीना उन्हें ज्यादा पसंद है. खाना, आपके लेवल में अभी फिलहाल खाना ही कहूंगा मैं. ओके, हाँ जी. गर्ल्स लव शॉपिंग, राइट? अब शॉपिंग में भी उनको बड़ा अच्छा लगता है समथिंग दैट इज कॉल्ड एज विंडो शॉपिंग, राइट गर्ल्स? सही कहा. विंडो शॉपिंग का बड़ा शौक होता है. मतलब आपको खरीदना में भी एक ड्रेस है, लेकिन उसके लिए पूरे मॉल का चक्कर लगाना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी हो जाता है हमारे लिए, है ना? ऐसा होता है. बॉयज आप लोग भी ऐसे विक्टिम्स हुए हो. आई मीन विक्टिम्स कहने का मतलब आप लोग भी ऐसे शॉपिंग में गए होंगे मम्मी के साथ, बहनों के साथ. ऐसे अगर शॉपिंग में कहीं ना कहीं गए होंगे तो आप लोगों को भी ऐसा फील हुआ है कि यार यहाँ पे एक चेयर क्यों नहीं रखते यार, थोड़ा बैठने के लिए मिल जाए थोड़ा हमें, या एटलीस्ट कुछ खाने पीने की जगह खोल दो, एटलीस्ट आई विल बी एबल टू ईट समथिंग जब तक ये लोग देख रहे इतने दुकानों में घूम रहे हैं, राइट? सो व्हाटएवर. सो इफ सपोज गर्ल्स गो फॉर विंडो शॉपिंग, ठीक है? विंडो शॉपिंग में उनको पसंद तो बहुत सारे ड्रेस आते हैं, लेकिन दे डोंट परचेज इट, दे डोंट बाय इट. सो टिल द पॉइंट दे आर नॉट बाइंग इट, इट इज नॉट अ फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर मी. फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए कुछ एक्सचेंज होना जरूरी है. जब तक ये एक्सचेंज ही नहीं हुआ, सिर्फ ऐसे ही देखने से, निहारने से, दीदार करने से, आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट ट्रांजैक्शन. गेटिंग मी? चलिए ठीक है. सो gather the financial information. A financial information means any information, any such information that is measurable in terms of money. Any such information that is measurable in terms of money. So let's try to understand this. Okay? ये एक दुकान है, डीम्ड की दुकान है. अब ये मत उसमें दुख मत ढूंढते रहना, सर वो दीवार वो जो थोड़ा सा टूटा है सर नीचे से देखो, है ना? मेरा ड्राइंग पेंटिंग बहुत शानदार है, मैं जानता हूं, कभी घमंड नहीं किया, ठीक है? चलो सभी देखो भाई, ये दुकान से मान के चलो ये है हमारे पप्पू भाई साहब, ये है हमारे पप्पू भाई साहब. ओके, तो पप्पू भाई साहब ने यहां से कुछ ना कुछ खरीदा. ही इज बाइंग समथिंग फ्रॉम हियर, फ्रॉम दिस शॉप. ओके, so there is some product that he is buying. Okay, these products are going to him, sold to him already, और बदले में what he did is he made the payment to the shop. ये पेमेंट इन्होंने शॉप को कर दिया. ओके अब जब ऐसा कोई इंफॉर्मेशन दिखाई दे तो मेरे लिए क्लियर है कि दिस इज अ फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन. क्यों? बिकॉज आई कैन सी दैट देयर इज सम मनी इन्वॉल्व हियर, राइट? तो इससे मुझे ये तो क्लियर हो जा रहा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, ठीक है. बट द पॉइंट इज कि सपोज इन दिस ट्रांजैक्शन देयर इज नो मनी इन्वॉल्व. ओके सो लेट्स कम बैक टू द सेम थिंग. उप्स, सर अलग कर दिया मैंने तो इसका, सॉरी. हाँ अब ठीक है. ये भाई साहब के पास ये दुकान में सामान रखे हुए हैं, ठीक है. हाँ जी. नाउ पप्पू कम्स हियर. ओके ये सामान इनको दे दिए गए, ठीक है. लेकिन पप्पू भाई साहब कह रहे हैं कि पप्पू डजंट हैव मनी, इनके पास पैसे नहीं है. तो इसने बोला कि यार भरोसा करो मुझ पे, है ना, ट्रस्ट मी, आई विल पे यू द मनी लेटर. ओके सो इफ ही बाइज द गुड्स बट ही इज नॉट मेकिंग एनी पेमेंट, then in such case is this still a financial transaction? Is this still a financial information? Yes, this is still a financial information. So please try to understand, when I say financial information, it doesn't mean that there should be some inflow or outflow of cash only. Financial information means such informations wherever there is something which is measurable in terms of money. Like say for example, these goods are sold to him. These goods have some monetary value, right? So if this monetary value thing is passing to some other person, and suppose that this guy is making a bill against it, then he is under an obligation to make the payment. Okay so even if he is not making a payment, this is still a financial transaction. Okay now let's try to understand one more thing now. Okay let me give you one more example. Suppose what should I say? Okay I was looking for some image, but okay fine, no problem. So suppose this guy is dealing in diamonds. Okay this guy is dealing in diamonds, and suppose he has some gold nuggets with him. Okay now what happens is that this guy gives this diamond to him. Against this he gives his gold nuggets to him. Okay so there is no money involved right now, huh? He's not giving any money. None of the parties is receiving any money. But what you're doing is, this guy is giving diamonds and this guy is giving gold. Okay you must have heard about this kind of things in the name of barter exchange, right? So do we record such transactions? Is it financial information for us? Yes or no? Yes, even this is a financial information for us. Why this is financial information? Because this diamond also has a monetary value. This gold also has a monetary value. So even this is a financial information. Sir, that way everything will have a financial everything will be financial information for us. Wait a minute. Suppose like say for example it's a birthday today. Okay, आपने किसी बुजुर्ग के पाँव छुए और वहां से हमें मिला आशीर्वाद. Right? So what is the value of this? कितने रुपए किलो है आशीर्वाद? Yes? देखो तो Amazon में आशीर्वाद कितने कहा रहा है? आशीर्वाद आटा नहीं कहा मैंने. आशीर्वाद ब्लेसिंग्स मिलता है हमें Amazon में, सर्च करके देखो एक बार. मां का आशीर्वाद मिलता है? नहीं ना. सो कैन यू वैल्यू इट? इसके कितने रुपए का होगा? अब कुछ बदमाश बच्चे यहाँ पे जरूर है जो बोलेंगे सर डिपेंड करता है किसके पाँव छू रहे हैं, है ना. दादा दादी के पाँव छुएंगे तो 1000 2000 मिल सकते हैं, है ना. मम्मी पापा थोड़े कंजूस होते हैं, वो कम पैसे देते हैं, ऐसा कुछ लोग बोलेंगे. ओ हेलो, वो नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूं डू कैन वी मोनेटाइज इट? मतलब आशीर्वाद का दाम लगाया जा सकता है? नो, इट्स प्राइसलेस, राइट. सो अगर मैं आशीर्वाद अकाउंट की बात करूं, नो सर, वी डोंट मेक एनी आशीर्वाद अकाउंट. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज नॉट समथिंग व्हिच कैन बी मेजर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी. ओके, सो सबसे पहली बात तो ये चीज क्लियर करना है कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एनीथिंग दैट इज मेजरेबल इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी. ओके, चलो यहां तक आया. अब हमारे सामने ट्रांजैक्शंस एंड इवेंट्स आएंगे। ये मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ लिख के दिया है, ये आपके लिए है, जो आप लोग आज घर पे जाके पढ़ोगे एक बार कि व्हाट इज ट्रांजैक्शन, व्हाट इज एन इवेंट। ठीक है, लेकिन अगर मैं इसे हिंदी में समझाऊं तो आप लोगों को बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझ में आ जाना चाहिए। ठीक है, आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ट्रांजैक्शन एंड इवेंट। ठीक है, ट्रांजैक्शन, देयर हैज टू बी टू पार्टीज जिनके बीच में किसी तरह का लेन देन हुआ, यानी इसकी तरफ से इसके पास कुछ आया तो इसकी तरफ से भी इसके पास कुछ आया, कोई लेन देन हुआ, देन दैट इज अ ट्रांजैक्शन। ओके, लेकिन वहीं पे अगर मैं इवेंट की बात करूं तो इवेंट इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी मच सिमिलर टू हिंदी सिनेमा वाला प्यार, हिंदी मूवीज वाला प्यार, है ना। प्यार के बारे में कहा जाता है कि प्यार किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है, ऐसे ही कहा जाता है। आप लोगों ने हिंदी फिल्में देखे हुए, आपको पता ही होगा ये बात, है ना। बस प्यार वर्ड की जगह आप यहां पे डाल दो इवेंट और सी व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन नाउ। इवेंट किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है ना। जो किया जाता है दैट इज ट्रांजैक्शन, जो हो जाता है दैट इज एन इवेंट। ओके, देखो एग्जांपल बताता हूं। इवेंट का डेफिनेशन इज इट इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ 2 और मोर ट्रांजैक्शन। तो मैं आपको समझाने की कोशिश करता हूं ये कैसे हो रहा है। देखो, मान लो मैंने $100 में कुछ खरीदा, एनी पर्टिकुलर थिंग, आई बॉट इट फॉर $100 एंड देन मैं एक कस्टमर ढूंढ रहा हूं, सॉरी, एक कस्टमर ढूंढा और कस्टमर को मैंने इसे $140 में बेच दिया। मैंने समथिंग, कुछ तो भी खरीदा, कुछ फोन खरीदा सपोज फॉर $100 और मैंने ये फोन बेच दिया किसी कस्टमर को फॉर $140। ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, मैंने फोन खरीदा, 2 जन है, लेन देन हुआ, मैंने फोन खरीदा, मैंने उस बदले में पैसे दिए, दिस इज अ ट्रांजैक्शन। मैंने $140 में बेचा, अगेन 2 लोग हैं, उसको मैंने फोन दिया, उसने मुझे $140 दिए, दिस इज ऑल्सो ट्रांजैक्शन। लेकिन अगर आप इन दोनों ट्रांजैक्शन को देखो तो ये दोनों होने के बाद कुछ हुआ, समथिंग हैपेंड। क्या हुआ, कोई बता सकता है क्या हुआ बाय कंपेयरिंग 2 ट्रांजैक्शंस? हाँ जी, $40 का क्या हुआ? प्रॉफिट, राइट। सो ये जो प्रॉफिट जो हुआ है, दिस इज व्हाट इज एन इवेंट। Getting me? Profit, loss, these are all events. Like say for example, loss by fire. Loss by fire, फैक्ट्री में मैंने जाके आग लगाया कि वो लग गया, that happened. So that is an event. Okay? So anyways, so transactions, events यहाँ पे मैंने लिख के दिया, इसको आप लोग एक बार देखना है। These transactions and events can be monetary, can be non-monetary. Non-monetary है तो फिर मुझे कोई लेना देना नहीं, simply ignore. मेरा इंटरेस्ट ओनली मॉनिटरी ट्रांजैक्शंस में है, विच कैन बी कैश ट्रांजैक्शंस, विच कैन बी उधार क्रेडिट ट्रांजैक्शन, और इट कैन इवन बी नॉन कैश ट्रांजैक्शन। सर, नॉन कैश ट्रांजैक्शन क्या होता है? नॉन कैश ट्रांजैक्शन कैन बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ समथिंग दैट इज कॉल्ड एज डेप्रिसिएशन या अमोर्टाइजेशन। डेप्रिसिएशन और अमोर्टाइजेशन। Now what do you mean by this? Depreciation, amortization क्या होता है सर? सर, depreciation is, आगे चल के पढ़ोगे, we will come to that, it is in our syllabus, we will be learning about it. But whenever you buy some asset, the portion of the asset that is used and to be charged to the records or to the P&L, to the income statement in the current year, that is what is called as depreciation. अब इसके लिए कोई पैसे का आउटफ्लो नहीं होता, but still we record them. These are called as non-cash. So ये देखेंगे हम लोग आगे चल के फिर से एक बार, है ना। तो ये हुए हमारे मॉनिटरी। अब इसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज रिकॉर्डिंग देम, जर्नलाइजिंग देम। जर्नलाइजिंग कैसे किया जाएगा? हर एक पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजैक्शन में हम 2 अकाउंट का सर्च करेंगे। 2 अकाउंट का मतलब हुआ 2 पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन, 1 टू बी डेबिटेड, 1 टू बी क्रेडिटेड। ओके, ये कैसे किया जाता है ये ग्रेजुअली हमें अभी सीखना है। राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू अबाउट हाउ द थिंग्स हैपन। सो journaling will be in this form कि first of all we will write about a date when this transaction happened, then we'll write like this: debit, name of the account to be debited, then credit, name of the account to be credited. We will give the ledger reference here and we will write the debit amount here, the credit amount here. This is basically the format of writing. Okay, now this is something, this particular area is something that will be tested only in the FMAA examination. This is not something that you will see in the CMA exam. Okay, this is exclusive for FMA. This is basic accounting. In CMA, you will start directly from the financial statements. Okay, so this is exclusive for FMA. Okay, now we will go to some questions, and later on we will also pass some journal entries, so you will get used to it. Don't worry about it. Okay, then after this we go for the ledger classification, ledger posting. So ledger posting, this is the standard format of a ledger. What is the standard format? Just look at it. What I'm doing is a T. I'm just making a T. In this T, this side is the left hand side, right? And this side is the right hand side. Okay, left hand side, right hand side. So on the left hand side, debit side, I'm writing about some informations. On the right hand side also I'm writing about some information. This is exactly the same T code format, right? This is what is a ledger. Okay, and this is the modern day ledger. Okay, this is something that perhaps very few of us know, but this is something that you will be facing in your questions. Okay, this is called as the running ledger. Now what is this running ledger? Now let's look at it. What happens is we will write the date, whatever is the date. There will be one particular column where we will write about the amount, account name. Then we will give the journal reference. There will be two columns, one for debit, one for credit, and one for balance. So if this particular transaction is debited, we will write in the debit column. If it is credited, we will write in the credit column. But immediately after debiting and crediting, we will write about the balance. This is something additional that is made in a running account. Okay, so what happens is, like say for example, we debited 50,000. So we have a 50,000 debit remaining with us. After that, if we credited 20,000, we are left with now a debit of only 30,000. So after each and every transaction, what is remaining, that also will be written in the same ledger. This is what is called as a running format of a ledger. Okay, now when you practice, you will come to know about it in a better manner. Okay, chalo. So that is the thing. Now step 5 will be trial balance or audit. Now let me tell you about this, what exactly this is. See, after this process, after the bookkeeping is done, we are summarizing and we are circulating it to the outsiders. So it is very important for us that the information should be accurate and should be correct, right? So for that, we need to go for a check. So first of all, we go for a basic check in the form of something called as trial balance, where we will simply apply the logic of dual aspect and we will simply see that every debit and every credit is matching or not. Okay, so that is what is trial balance. But otherwise also we have something which is called as audit. Okay, so under audit, what happens is some expert will be coming and will be browsing through all the details in full detail. He will understand, he will just look, he will just check that everything is correct or not. So if he finds everything correct, then it will be completely audited and good to go ahead. Okay, so why these processes are done? So that if there is anything incorrect, anything wrong, that comes into our notice and we immediately correct or rectify them. Okay, now immediately after that, we make the final accounts. Okay, the financial statements. Now how these are made? These are made using US GAAP and IFRS wherever required. So all the organizations usually follow these 6 steps. All the organizations go through these 6 steps and then we summarize them and we make the financial statements as per the US GAAP and IFRS requirements. Okay. Now, this is something additional that I gave to you. What is this? This is types of business enterprises. This is something that will be homework for you. You just have to go through all these today. Okay. So that was the first episode. Okay. Now, first episode is not something that we will find in our examination. But this is first episode. Means anything, if I just move on, I cannot directly tell you about all the things directly. Na? So if I directly tell you about the rules of debit and credit and everything, before that I just wanted to give you a complete picture how the things happen. Okay. Now you have seen how the accounting journey basically goes. Okay. So gradually in the next class, I will tell you about the debit and credit rules. We will understand how the debit and credit rules are applied. We will learn about journal and ledger, and then gradually we will be moving on. Okay. So this week, my target is that we will be going through all these basics. The only difference is that it will be in US GAAP pattern. Okay. So only thing is the way of writing and some terminologies will be different. Otherwise, it will be almost the same what you have learned already in India. Okay. So I hope that today whatever we discussed, this was not total waste, but at the same time it was a bit informative, a bit knowledge oriented, that okay, we came to know about these, or even if we knew about it, it was a kind of brush up that okay sir, we actually were forgetting this, but now it's quite clear in our minds now. Okay, ये पूरी तरह से सबके दिमाग में क्लियर है? यस. तो कल से हम लोग अब एक काम करेंगे, मतलब ये तो हमारा बेसिक जर्नी है. बेसिक जर्नी में थोड़ा और आगे करने के बाद हमारा क्लास में कैसा रहेगा मैं आपको बता देता हूं. 2 घंटे का क्लास होगा. 2 घंटे की क्लास में लगभग हम लोग 1.5 घंटे कुछ न कुछ कंटेंट पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. उसके बाद वो कंटेंट खत्म होने के बाद वी विल हैव डेली एक 5 to 10 minutes discussion session, wherever whatever doubts you have we can discuss that. Okay. And उसके बाद last 20 minutes will be for MCQs about whatever we have learned. ठीक है. तो last 20 minutes we will be solving some MCQs. This is how our class will continue. ये आज मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं क्योंकि अभी हम लोगों ने उतना कंटेंट ही नहीं पढ़ा कि हम लोग कुछ MCQs में जा पाए. 1 या 2 MCQs सॉल्व करने का कोई सेंस नहीं बनेगा. तो जब हम लोग उतने कंटेंट में आ जाएंगे कि कम से कम हम लोग 10 क्वेश्चन एटलीस्ट मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस देख पाए, तब हम लोग MCQs देखना शुरू करेंगे. ठीक है. ये जो भी मैंने यहाँ पे कंटेंट बना के रखा है, ये मैं आप सबके साथ शेयर कर रहा हूं. इसको अच्छी तरह से सब लोग रेफर करके आना. ठीक है. चलिए, तो आज थोड़ा सा मैं जल्दी एंड कर रहा हूं क्योंकि आज मैं बहुत ज्यादा कंटेंट फर्स्ट डे के हिसाब से नहीं पढ़ाना चाहता हूं. एपिसोड 1 हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर लिया. कल हम लोग मूव ऑन करेंगे टू एपिसोड 2. ठीक है. कल का टारगेट यही है कि हम लोग कुछ कॉमन अकाउंटिंग टर्मिनोलॉजीज को समझ लेंगे. विल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट यूएस गैप. यूएस गैप के कुछ कुछ चीजें, रिक्वायरमेंट्स जो होते हैं उसके बारे में हम लोग समझ लेंगे. एंड वी विल मूव ऑन टू रूल्स ऑफ डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. ठीक है. चलिए, दैट्स इट देन. लेट्स एंड इट टुडे हियर. ओके.